How's it going, everybody? The stream begins. Welcome to TubeBuddy support, TubeBuddy tutorials. My name is Josh, and I'll be here with you as we learn a bit more about TubeBuddy and how to use it. So we'll give it just a little bit, make sure everybody's here, available, ready to roll. How's everybody doing? I see Prince Vish, hello, Travel Bug, Welcome everybody that is here, and welcome everyone else that isn't here that is watching this video probably at a later time in the future. Oh yes. All right, let's see. Let's take care of a couple things here. We get set up. First is first. Let's get some light in here. Maybe not so much. Let's switch that music, yeah? All right. Today, let's talk about SEO and the jungles, the endless weeds that is SEO and optimizing. I think a lot of us can say that SEO is quite a challenge sometimes, and really, what does it mean? Are you having issues with that too? That goth farmer, hello. Big hello to you too. So, let me start by asking you, what do you think is the hardest thing about SEO? Or what challenges are you facing right now when it comes to SEO? And I'll try to incorporate that into the tutorial today. But, let's talk about it for a second. SEO, search engine optimization. What are we doing exactly? We are optimizing our videos. We are positioning them in a way that can be discovered by viewers. They can be placed in the right areas at the right time for the people that you want to share your video with. And the more you optimize, improve your SEO, the closer your video is going to be to the people that you actually intended that video to be found by. Motivation Guru. Hello. So that's the goal. That is essentially SEO. That's what we want. That's, if anything, it's great to make videos. It's fun, but at the same time, we want to make sure that the right people are watching it. And if they're not, then your amazing video, your fantastic solution, your entertaining moment is lost. For the most part. There are other ways of kind of creating videos that are meant for virality, but at the end of the day, we're trying to give something to somebody. And it's important that we give that thing that we've spent so much time on making to the people you intended that to be for. So then comes YouTube. And YouTube is essentially where we're all making videos. Hello, YouTube. Here we are, doing stuff. And again, how do we SEO? How do we improve the SEO? How do we improve the optimization of the video, specifically on YouTube? And that means learning about keywords. And that means understanding how ranking works. And that means, more importantly, knowing your audience well enough to know how they search for stuff, how they search for your content, at what times they are searching for your content, and what about that particular content they're looking for is sparking their curiosity the most to make them want to click. So there's a lot of things involved here. And today, I can't tell you all the strategies or all the best practices of SEO, but I can tell you that TubeBuddy has a lot of tools to help you with SEO. And great ways to utilize the tools to start getting you on the right rhythm and understanding essentially your audience a lot better. So, one of those ways, last time, 2 weeks ago, we had another TubeBuddy tutorial, TubeBuddy Tutorials 101. We talked about the overview of, we did an overview of the tools. We looked at all the basics, where things are, and we touched on Keyword Explorer. And we talked about essentially what that is and how you can search phrases there. You can look at the data there. You can see the views. You can see the amount of videos you're dealing with, the competition you're dealing with, and the opportunity to hold a strong position in the search results. In other words, your optimization strength. And along with that, why don't we go to the browser? Let's do it together. Let's explore together. Let's do. Let me move. Let me do a couple things here, just so we can all see what we're doing. All right, so here we are. And I see a question. No specific questions for me. My post is pretty generic. I'm looking to go through all of my catalog and optimize, update thumbnails. Nice. Cool. So we'll talk about that. But all right, so with Keyword Explorer, we talked about this, kind of let's just use ghost hunting as an example. We were talking about essentially looking up the phrase, understanding kind of what these scores mean, how to use them, but we also kind of on the topic of SEO, understanding your audience, we're looking at what those related searches are. We want to know what our audience is typing when they're searching for this kind of content. And this gives us a sense of what they're most interested in at the moment, especially if you're looking to figure out what kind of video to make next. So now we have this and we can keep digging, but we also see information with Google and all that. Ghost hunting equipment, Walmart, or ghost hunting game, or ghost hunting Oculus. So all this can give us a lot of information. We'll also see how well the competition is optimizing. So in the results, we'll be able to see the top 20 search results. These are the videos that are coming up in your results when you search ghost hunting. And this can give you a great start on and kind of see what others are using for their own thumbnails, their titles, and essentially who your biggest competitor is going to be. It's always worth exploring. It's always worth researching your competition to understand as much about your audience and the landscape out there so that you can optimize yourself in a nice area. Because each topic category has its own little pond, and essentially you want to be swimming in your own section of that pond if you don't already have your own section of a pond. And so now that we've gathered a lot of that information, one of the main tools that I want to talk about today is SEO Studio. SEO Studio is a great tool to help you essentially create a framework and give you a guide to essentially optimizing your video as best as possible. And it's a great tool, especially if you're not used to SEO, if you're not used to optimizing, it's going to guide you along the way. So let me stop for a second and look at some of this out of the way. Hello, funny blocks. Anyways, so let's say ghost hunting was our target keyword, or more specifically, kind of being practical here, let's say ghost hunting in GTA, Grand Theft Auto. So ghost hunting in GTA, we've decided, okay, this is our main boogie. This is what we're going to be focusing our series of content or this particular video that I'm about to upload. So, of course, there's probably going to be a lot more keywords. Important tip is when you are optimizing your video is you want to include as many keyword phrases that make sense to the video in your title and description. Obviously, not a large title, put your main bit there, but your description is a whole container of, you can throw in quite a bit of information. And in there is where you want to start optimizing, aside from the title, by adding all these different keyword phrases or different ways that your viewer is searching for this type of content. And as well as adding information, details, descriptions in the description to help the YouTube algorithm better understand what your video is about so that it can aim at the right audience. The more information you put, the closer it'll be, which means more views for you, or at the very least, a higher opportunity for clicks. We'll talk about the thumbnail in a sec, but just the fact that it shows up, which are called impressions, that's step one. We want to show up. And so I can look at, all right, ghost hunting GTA 5, maybe some other information. I can look through Google, how to go ghost hunting in GTA 5. Can you hunt in Ghost of Tsushima? Yada, yada, yada. Maybe I can decide, all right, all of these have everything to do with my video. I'm going to make sure to include all that. As we mentioned last time, a great way to use Keyword Explorer as you're looking through stuff is if you see keyword phrases that work for you, that make sense as you're going along, click them and you can create a tag list to keep them all in one place, which is really great. And will save you time, and we'll see that in SEO Studio. So now that I've understood a bit, collected some data, understood some information, let's talk about SEO Studio. There are two ways to access SEO Studio. One is by this icon at the top, and then SEO Studio, which will essentially just give you a way to create a template or a draft that strategically you can use to have for later when your video is ready to be uploaded, or you can create a template with some minimal information so that when you are ready to upload, all you have to do is make a few changes here and there, saving you a whole mess of time, and you're ready to go. So, but that's one way. The other way is by going into your studio and go to your content. And in your content is where you'll find these additional TB icons. And here you'll find SEO Studio again. The same kind of concept. You'll be able to access this studio by this TB icon on the left, and you'll find SEO Studio there. And essentially, if you do it from a video, this is where you can optimize the video itself. It'll pull in all the information, the title, description, tags, thumbnail, all that. Whereas the other version where we are starting from this icon at the top is just to start you off from a blank draft. But let's do it from here, SEO Studio. Let's say that we want to optimize this video. I'm not exactly going to use access denied here, but let's talk about ghost hunting. Let's say that this video was about ghost hunting. Or you know what? Let me back up. Why don't we let's optimize this video right now. So here we have a video on our TubeBuddy support channel talking about access denied, and essentially is helping viewers fix sign-in issues Some people run into that, and this video helps to unwrap that technical jungle of wild chaos. So, but my target keyword here, essentially we're telling TubeBuddy, like, what's the main purpose? What's of all the keywords that we've researched, of everything that we know, what is the one main thing that we're gonna build around? So the target keyword, typically you would want it to be front and center, typically in your title. And here, our title right now is easiest way to fix every TubeBuddy sign-in problem. So let's say that fix every TubeBuddy, or just, yeah. Or my thinking here, I'll give you a kind of transparent thought process, is people are typing in. When they run into an issue, I started to think, what are they typing in search whenever they run into a sign-in issue? And after some Keyword Explorer, or after using Keyword Explorer, doing my research, I discovered that TubeBuddy sign-in problem was the main phrase that most viewers or most users were typing in. So I'm gonna center this video around that. We're gonna do TubeBuddy sign-in problem. That's gonna be our target keyword. Hit start. Right off the bat, let's talk about step one. Step one, so seeing that we're already in the video, it took our title, description, it added all that information in for us, the thumbnail, and there's a TubeBuddy SEO score here on the top right. Tip number 2, this is not a say-all, do-all. This is not an authoritative number. This is a guide. This is a guideline. Essentially, it's saying, based off of all the best practices when it comes to optimizing, you're getting all your things checked off. It does not mean that your video has been optimized so well that there is nothing you can do at this point to make it any better. And the reason why is because ultimately you, the creator, are the only person to ever really know which keywords are the best ones to use for your audience. We can only suggest where to place those keywords, more or less. And this is what that score is saying. And we can see that by down here, how to improve your score. These are the best practices. Include your target keyword in the title, include 80% of your target keyword in the title, include your target keyword in the first 60 characters of the title, naturally, and so on and so on. Let's say that I took something out. Let's say that I took that out right there. My score goes down. So now at the bottom, I'll see include your target keyword in the first 200 characters of the description, because it noticed that the target keyword I told TubeBuddy that this video is going to be built around, TubeBuddy is now going to start looking for that target keyword where it believes it should be. And in this case, one of those best practices are include your target keyword in the first 200 characters of the description. So it's not there. And I can decide, oh, okay, I see. I think that's going to help. So let me add that here, and my score goes up. It automatically detects it, so on. So if you're missing anything, rest assured that this will let you know. And this is what we want to do. We want to make sure that our target keyword is in the first, part of the title in some form, and that we're creating a natural way of saying it. So instead of titling the video, TubeBuddy sign-in problem fixed, I could probably use that too, but this is a nice, natural, easiest way to fix every TubeBuddy sign-in problem. And so now the next piece to know about SEO or optimizing here is, with that target keyword in mind, you want to break that apart, chop it up, and throw it all around. Throw it all around here in in your description. So with the target keyword being TubeBuddy sign-in problem, we want to make sure that sign-in is found. We want to know that just problem itself is around. We want to make sure that TubeBuddy itself is around. And right now, as I'm looking through it, can you tell me what I might still be missing? Even though this is 100% SEO score, what do you think might be helpful things to add? And you don't have to answer. I'll go ahead and keep going. But if you want to jump the gun, go for it. Is there any update on some of the bulk features of TubeBuddy being down? We'll talk about that after. That's not what this tutorial is about, but we'll chat. So here, a couple things I'm missing already off the bat is sign in. I got sign in up here, but I don't see sign in anywhere else or problem. So maybe I can add a bit more to this. And typically one good suggestion here, I'm not going to do it in the moment, but tip number 3 is if you haven't done enough research already in Keyword Explorer to give you as many phrases as you know you can add in the description, then I would encourage you to jump over to Keyword Explorer and dig a bit more. For example, here I might look up more information like how else are people typing in TubeBuddy sign-in problems. Maybe I can say something like, if you're having trouble signing in or running into any problems authenticating your channel with TubeBuddy, this video is for you. So now I'm adding a bit more, and this is what this is telling me. Kind of break it apart. So essentially I could have gone on, but I encourage you to check off each of these. If you're not already familiar, make sure that you're following all of them, and if anything's missing, add it and add more of it. The more you do, the better. So now that I've added quite a bit of information, maybe I could add some more keyword phrases if I'd like, if it's relevant to the video. That's important. Is going to tags. Step 2. Here, we can see that I've already added a number of tags, but essentially the same exact concept from step 1 is step 2. You have a list of guidelines, how to improve your score when it comes to tags, such as include your exact target keyword as the first tag, include partial matches of your target keyword, include more relevant tags. All right. Let me put the brakes on for a second. Tags. What are keywords and what are tags? There is a difference. So keywords, as we've been talking, it's what people are searching in search. It's what people are typing when they're searching for something. And tags can be that too, but tags kind of sit to the side. Tags aren't typically visible to the user. The user or the viewer is going to be looking at your title and description, but tags are going to be hidden and also used a bit more like to also help the YouTube algorithm understand your video and to aim at the right audience. The more, the better. So definitely use up tags as well. But if you already, here's a question. If you already have the keyword in your title and description, should you add that same exact keyword again in your tag list? The answer may surprise you. Kinda, maybe. Essentially, you could. Will it help you? Depends. It's not gonna help optimize it any better. But, so then why is it saying here include your exact target keyword as the first tag? Because it's practical. It's practical to have it there. because now you're ensuring, and TubeBuddy or the YouTube algorithm is like, okay, I think I know what this is about, kind of. But more importantly, when we come back to the video details, and with TubeBuddy particularly, you're going to be able to see the tag ranks, and you're going to see where your video is ranking because of that number. And this is a good way just to see, all right, where is my target keyword? Where is this video sitting? And it'll help you always be informed visually of where that video is sitting. And I'll show you an example of what that looks like after this. But that's really the only reason why you might want to have it in both ends. So, but aside from that, why bother with tags then? Well, all of these tags here, some of them I could think about and decide, okay, you know what? Maybe I can throw this into the description a bit better, and maybe I'll do that. Otherwise, if it doesn't fit within the description, if it's a little off or strange or just a different way of saying it, you don't want to repeat yourself over and over in the description. Imagine your description being like a product, and your product title or your product information is there, but if you're saying the same thing over and over all over it, you're kind of wasting some of that space for something else. So tags allow you to create or kind of have a space for you to put these different pieces of information. So here's a strategy. Next tip. The best way to utilize tags above anything else is to discover how your audience is misspelling your target keyword or misspelling anything about the topic of your video. For example, maybe somebody might not be spelling TubeBuddy as one word. They might spell it as two words. Maybe somebody will be typing TubeBuddy with TubeBuddy instead. If you were to add these misspellings in your description or your title, it probably wouldn't look so great, right? If you're looking for a product, if you're buying medicine, if you're buying anything, and it's misspelled all over the place, how much confidence would you have in buying it? In the same concept, when people are looking at videos and you have misspellings everywhere, it might not look so good. So, perfect use of tags that are hidden from the viewer, but still allow the YouTube algorithm know where to place this video. Somebody like me who is typing really fast sometimes and typing incorrectly a lot of the times, this video will now show up. And I, for one, appreciate it because now I'm able to discover that. And it's helpful. Have you ever misspelled something and you still found that right video? That's why. So, perfect way to use tags. Use misspellings. Put them in there. Great way to do it. And of course, if you have space, add some more. Make sure it is relevant to the video, though. Do not throw in stuff like like Mr. Beast. Just because Mr. Beast gets a lot of traffic, if I put Mr. Beast in this and my video has nothing to do with Mr. Beast, it's only going to hurt me because people are going to see, oh, that has nothing to do with Mr. Beast. Well, why is this even there? Not good. Not helpful. So don't tag stuff your video. Make sure it's relevant and it makes sense and it's helpful for you and especially your audience. KMH, I'm glad is very helpful. Very glad. We go through those stages with each video we post and it's so helpful. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Would you say that hashtags could help in addition to keywords and tags? Ooh, good question. Goth Farmer. Thank you. Depends. Good example here. Live streams, podcasts, anything that is categorized on YouTube. For example, gaming. Translator.youtube.com is a category on YouTube. It has its own page, all that. I think there's one for fitness as well, but I think these are some of the best examples. So when you do have gaming, you could use a hashtag gaming, but the best use of it is putting live stream, because now YouTube will put it in that category. It'll help organize it into the right area. So with gaming live streams, YouTube will determine, oh, okay, you have a hashtag for this, it'll make sure that it's put there. Or another way that it helps is when a user is watching a video. Let's say your video and it has a hashtag live streams. And you're watching the video like, oh, cool, I want to see more live streams. That hashtag will appear right under that video, and if you click it, it'll take you to a category of videos that is all live streams. Great way to just help filter videos that you're looking for. Caution sign, big red. This could be bad for you too. Sometimes. It'll be up to you to determine this. However, like I said, it'll take the viewer to a category of live streams or whatever category it goes to, which means it's going to take them away from your video. It's going to take them away from your channel. It's going to take them away from where you want them to be. So use it sparingly. On the other hand, this double-edged sword, somebody might be able to discover you because of that. So it's a give and take. So if you haven't already, experiment with it, see how it helps or doesn't. And if it does, do more of it. If it doesn't, take it away. It depends on really the content you're making. It depends on the size of your channel. And ultimately, I personally would say it's a great way to grow if you're still small channel. Because right now, aside from the most important action you could be doing, which is creating content and uploading content, is getting discovered. And getting discovered means optimizing and positioning yourself in a place where you can be found. And if you don't already have a loyal fan base or subscriber base, definitely take advantage of that. All right. So now that we have our tags here, now that I've learned, all right, our exact target keyword's in there, partial matches of our target keyword is in there as well. We can maybe put, so something I'm noticing right now is like, all right, well, maybe we can decide like problem signing into TubeBuddy. I can throw that in there. Ultimately, I would suggest going to Keyword Explorer, searching this and see whether or not it's actually useful. But especially if you have plenty of room and you just don't know what else to add and there's no suggestions, throw it in there anyways and see what happens. Especially if you have room. If you don't have room, then you really want to be mindful of what tags you use and you fill it up with the best tags that you can. Once we're done here, we can click next. And, actually, let me go back really quick. In the tags, if you did a whole mess of research on your keywords and you've saved a list of tags from there, this little import button is going to help you essentially take those tags that you've researched and throw them all in there. So I created a tag list called Sign In Problems, added all the best ones that I felt were right, selected all, and you'll be able to import from here. I've already imported all of those into this video, so there's nothing else for me to do here. But once you're done, it'll throw it in there, done. Time saved, super helpful. Stay organized. Click import again to close it, and you're ready to go. Quick information about the suggested tags. If you do see suggested tags out there, either by relevance or by score, you'll be able to sort them those ways. There, sometimes you'll see a number next to it. That number is essentially a keyword score based off of Keyword Explorer. It's a shortcut, just to give you an idea of whether or not it might help you or not, or if it fits within the context of what you're doing. All right, so now step 3, thumbnails. So part of SEO is making sure you understand your audience, gather your keywords, know your landscape, understand competition. You have it all ready to go. You've made your video. You've crafted a clever title and description. All of that information's there. Your tags and misspellings are all ready to go. Thumbnails. Thumbnails is part of that optimization because you want your viewer to, flip their neck over to the side and be, hey, I want to click on that. And ultimately click on that. So, as you're playing with thumbnail ideas, I can't tell you how to design a thumbnail because ultimately that also means knowing your audience. Knowing your audience is going to help you choose the right colors, the right text, the right size, the right styling, what to put front and center in the thumbnail. And when you have an idea, you put it up, SEO Studio will let you upload a thumbnail to SEO Studio, not YouTube yet. It'll allow you to put it here, and what I love about step 3 is that you'll be able to see what your video looks like against those search results right now, which can tell you, okay, this is pretty, am I standing out? Am I standing out from this? Is there something else better that is capturing my audience's attention or maybe my own attention? And if it is, maybe I might want to go back to the drawing board and adjust my thumbnail up until I get it right. Versus just uploading it to YouTube and it's already there and you having to figure that out after the fact, which can be painful or hurtful to your video, to your performance sometimes. But I love just waiting it out. I want to see first what it may look like. So now I can adjust my title and description and thumbnail a little bit if I feel the need to, based off of the results that are here right now. So great way to compare, super easy, very useful and powerful when you're looking at that. Always use it to just compare. Take a look. What can you be different? What can you do differently to make sure you're standing out? You don't want to get lost with everything that looks almost identical. You really want to be different, and that's important. And that's how this can help you. Some tips that we offer are bright colors, high contrast images, up close human face whenever possible, text large enough, use font colors and shapes that are consistent with your brand. Again, these are guidelines. It really depends on your audience. So make sure you know that well. Take a look at what those videos look like. Take a look at what works for them or what is performing high or well, and play with that. Or very least, if anything, I call this a requirement. Ask your audience. Ask them in your Discord server, ask them in your Reddit group, or wherever your audience is. Go there, ask them, hey, does this look good to you? Do you like this? What do you think? Information is gold. Is there a minimum keyword score that you prefer? I've been doing anything over 50. Also depends on the content, depends on kind of what you're doing. You could have a low score and still do well. It just depends on how you execute it. For example, if you have a low score, probably means there's a lot of competition, but maybe it also means that you have a great connection with another creator that is going to pretty much exponentially shoot your video with tons of views. Maybe. It just really depends. But typically, let's say you don't have anything and you're just doing what you can. 50 isn't bad. 60 is better. 70 and up is an excellent place to build your authority in. To essentially, the higher the number, it means that you have more room to essentially curate your area or do some landscaping and own your space, own that category. The lesser number, it only means the harder it will be. But if you have the means, you can still do it. So depending on what resources you have available, higher the number, the better. That way you can build the authority, you can build the excitement, but also pay attention to the popularity and essentially the traffic. If there's not a lot of traffic, you might get 100 score on a keyword. Does it mean it's going to be good for you? Depends. And let's say that's the case, then it's going to be important to craft a strategy to build popularity. Make sure you have a strong promotional strategy to promote. Get that video out there, get popularity going, get that excitement up to bring those viewers over to this brand new, exciting little area of the pond that you've built. And so thumbnails, once we're done, once we figured out, all right, this is excellent, this is exactly what I want, I can either save it as a draft, which I can use in the future to whenever I'm ready to upload a video, or let's say I have a series of videos about access denied or about sign-in problems. I can save this as a draft, utilize it later, so all I have to do is make some minor adjustments to the title and description, target keyword, and I'm ready to go. Saving me a lot of this time. It'll just shave off maybe 50%, which is good because now you got more time to make content. Otherwise, apply to video, and what's going to happen is it's going to take those changes, throw them onto our video details page. It's going to make sure it's going to change. It's going to add anything that needs to be added. Keep whatever's already there. And like tags, we see our target keyword down here. This is a way to verify that, okay, target keyword has been solidified. TubeBuddy now knows what it is. We're good to go. And remember to hit or click save. SEO Studio will take the information, throw it on there. It doesn't apply it up until you click save. Now that it's saved, it's done. We've optimized this video. It's ready to go. But there's some more that we can do here. We're not totally done. Like I mentioned, SEO is about making sure those keywords, everything's everywhere, thumbnail, all that. But keywords, it doesn't have to just be kind of in paragraphs. Your chapters. If you have a video that has different sections, or you're talking about different topics or different moments in the video that can be its own keyword, utilize chapter editor. How many times have I, when I'm searching for something, information, learning how to use a camera, learning how to edit, learning about YouTube SEO, whenever I see a 40-minute video or a 30-minute video, and I'm preaching this to myself because I need to do this to previous live stream videos, is I could be searching and I see a 30-minute video, and if I don't see chapters, if I have to scrub through all that trying to find something, I'm probably going to bounce and find another video that did do it. Add chapters, and TubeBuddy gives you the chapter editor right here where you can essentially go through that video and start adding chapters in different sections of the video. And when it's done, you can add it to the video. It'll essentially just throw that info right there for you. Definitely do it and utilize those chapters as keywords, because not only is it going to be good for your viewers, it's going to be helpful for the video, and it'll be on Google. Google will help put that part of a video in front of users that are searching for that particular thing on Google. So discoverability, chapters, add chapters. So good, so excellent, so amazing. If it makes sense to the video. All right. So all that's there. A good way to check on your work is, you want to see if your video is even ranking at all. And one great way to do that is when you are here, you'll be able to see a rank. In this case right now, doesn't look like I have any. Essentially, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that it's broken. It doesn't mean that it's not working. It literally means that this video is not showing up in the top 20 results when any of these are being searched. Technical bug that sometimes happens is if nothing comes up, click refresh. And refresh sometimes will re-jolt, like kind of give it a kickstart and attempt to reload. And then you'll see, oh, okay, here we go. So now, as we just saw, that quick reload helped double check everything because I applied changes to my video. I used SEO Studio and it essentially re-added all that data. So it didn't have time to do any checks and balances. Now that it's in there, we refreshed, TubeBuddy was able to analyze it. And now we see, all right, if somebody searches TubeBuddy access denied, or if I search it right now in YouTube, this video is sitting number 4 on the search results. This video is sitting in number 18. When somebody searches TubeBuddy sign-in problem, or how to fix TubeBuddy sign-in problem, TubeBuddy sign-in problem, all that. So definitely helpful. That's what that means. Good way to double check your work. Another way to double check your work is by search positions. Personally, an underrated tool. Search positions lets you see essentially kind of the same thing in a form of a list. But what I love about this is that you can add your own custom search terms to track. So maybe you don't have space anymore in your tags list, and you want to see if there might be a better term or a better keyword phrase. And I could say something like fixing sign-in problems in TubeBuddy. And what it will do is essentially throw this custom tag in there. And look, second in search results. And I don't even have this tag in there. So it might be a good idea for me to add this tag. All right. Thanks, TubeBuddy. I will take that. Let's just take that back out. Let's add it. Oh, but I don't have room. So maybe some of these other ones that weren't helping me too much, I can take out. So this misspelling isn't working so much. TubeBuddy support live stream. That's not helpful because this video isn't a live stream. Perfect. Now I got room. Hit save. I'm now... Congratulations, everybody. You are witnessing a video being optimized before your very eyes. Kind of thing. So now we've done it. Use search positions to try stuff out. Experiment. See what works, what doesn't. Take things that aren't. Find some that are. Rinse and repeat. And last, I will leave you with one other optimization strategy, tip, secret, underrated power that you could do if you don't have TubeBuddy, but with TubeBuddy Legend, you're able to translate and essentially subtitles. So your subtitles, especially if you have an SRT file, all those words in there are keywords. YouTube algorithm will take that information and use that to help optimize. But what if you added all that information in a different language as well? Now you have a video that can be discovered by keywords that are being searched in multiple languages, even furthering your optimization strength. Exponentially, multi-dimensionally with these various languages. So in this case, Hindi is the second most spoken language of our audience. So I've added in a Hindi version here. But let's delete this so you can see what I'm essentially doing. So I would click add language, Hindi, which I cannot select anymore. Oh, no. Sorry, because it's already here. Forgive me. So add language, Hindi. First things first, YouTube will give you the auto translate it. I'll publish that. But here's the part that is also very helpful. Title and description. This is where the keywords matter a lot. So I can add TubeBuddy Translate here, or if you don't have Legend, you can use Google Translate into whatever language separately, and copy and paste that information in here. And now I have a set of keywords, not only in English, but also in these other languages that I've decided to translate them to. So if I search in English, the video will be there. If somebody searches in another language, that video will now show up for them. Increasing your discoverability, super powerful, super useful. However, there's a catch. Make sure that if you are translating into that language, double check, make sure the grammar makes sense, or that those keywords are actually being translated in the way that they might be searching. Sometimes, with any language, if we say it one way in English, it's probably going to sound a little weird in another language. So do your research, make sure you know what you're doing, and you'll be able to grow from there. Super powerful tool, very important. SEO, getting views has so much to do with so many things, but that is one of those ways to do it. So, the song playing right now is awesome. I'm glad you like the music. Do chapters have to be at the end of the description, or is it best at the beginning? It is best to be placed somewhere that is not disrupting the readability of the description. So if it's there up at the very top, if I'm looking at the search results, the chapters is what I'm going to see. Whereas you might want to take the first section of description to really hook your viewers. So make sure to put what's most important at the top, what's least important at the bottom. For optimization purposes, it doesn't matter where it is as long as it's in the description. And the viewer prefer the beginning. Again, also up to you and up to the content, as long as it makes sense for the content itself and the audience that it's for. But just keep in mind that when we are searching something on YouTube, let's say like TubeBuddy sign-in problem. Wish I was up here. But this description is what's there. So you want to make sure that you're trying to hook your audience with as much information as possible from the get-go. Your thumbnail, your title, and the first section of your description matters. So if it makes sense for your audience, do that. All right. That is what I'm going to leave with you today on this live stream TubeBuddy Tutorials 201. Class was great. Any last questions in there? Now's the time. There was a question earlier. Is there an update in some form of the bulk features of TubeBuddy being down? You'll see some more information coming soon. Essentially, I'm gonna be putting out a video to kind of help give you a different way to do that with YouTube, but it is across the industry not available. That's as much as I know, as much as I can say. Everywhere it's gone. So, but YouTube has a way of providing some of that, and we'll talk about that later. I have a channel that focuses on comics, but I'm unsure how to get the proper audience. Comics. So you're unsure of how to get the proper audience, or are you unsure of who the audience is? So the first thing I would do is comics. Next thing I would do is look at results. I would go to the main competitor that shows up for you, and I would also look through the different videos that are more like the kind of content I'm making, and study from there, and try to answer some of these questions. Where is your audience going? Where are they hanging out? Is there a Discord server that they all like going to? Do they all prefer to go to comic book stores? Is there a little tag that has a YouTube channel in an actual bookstore or comic book store? Is there a Reddit group? Find those things. Collect the information, get to them, and see what the interest is right now, or what are the highest performing videos for you. And the more you learn about that, the more you'll start to know what. And essentially, you can use TubeBuddy to look at those videos. Let's say that this video was perfect. A great example to what I might be doing. And what I can do is just look at the title, look at the description, check out some of those keyword phrases, and use Videolytics to see what tags they're using. Clicks show search rank tracking, and see what comes up the most. Maybe dig into that a little more by clicking on it and open Keyword Explorer. Rinse and repeat. Up until you gathered so much data, you just don't know what to do with yourself. Not related to this live stream, but is there a way to check and post on the community tab through Mobile Studio, or am I just missing it? Interesting question. I'm not sure. I know it's on desktop. I've seen it on the mobile. I haven't used it as much on a mobile, as much as I should. So I don't know if I can answer that question for you. I'm sorry. But if there is an issue, the tried and true thing to always do before anything is uninstall, reinstall. And if it's still not there, when you know it should be, if YouTube says this is where to find it, or if YouTube, maybe has a post saying we removed it or no longer there or anything like that, then you can probably put a ticket, or something that I kind of send everyone to is twitter.com. I can't even spell today. Team YouTube. Team YouTube is a great place to go ask questions when it comes to YouTube related issues. They're really good at making sure to respond to you there. But yeah, possibly maybe just missing it. I don't know. I'll have to look myself. I don't have my phone around me, but you got it. All right. Well, with that said, everyone here, thank you for being part of the stream. Thanks for participating. And if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. And if there's something I wasn't able to answer right now, throw it in the comments. Or also, what are some of the SEO challenges you're dealing with, or what has helped you? And let's learn from each other together. Next Thursday, we'll have another creator stream. a creator community where we just talk candidly, talk about stuff, help each other, support each other, encourage, inspire, motivate, all the things, because creating is, well, creating. Nice. Thank you, KMH, for helping. If you look at a competitor, can you nick their keywords? If you look at a competitor, can you nick their keywords? Like, remove them? No. But you can copy them. If it makes sense. But, alright. I gotta go. It's time. Thanks again, everybody. Until next time. Next Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to be talking, having a good time, hanging out, but more importantly, learning. Don't forget to drink your water, take your breaks, keep on creating. Bye.